Namaskar, respected elders, dear students, friends, brothers and sisters. A warm welcome to all of you from the Kalasadan family, to all those who have joined us to view this inaugural event of our Guru Shri Mani's birth centenary year celebrations. It's an important thing which I would like to convey to you, that Guruji was born on the 5th of September 1922. And as all of you are aware, September 5th is celebrated as Teachers' Day all over India. And since the demise of our Guruji in the year 2006, every year on Teachers' Day, we have been having a commemorative function wherein we have been honoring artists and Sanskrit teachers, and also celebrated Guruji's birth anniversary every year with performance by our disciples. This year, incidentally, happens to be his 100th birth anniversary, and due to the pandemic conditions prevailing, we are just going ahead with a year-long celebration which we propose to do with this inaugural online event. The unique identity of our classical music and dance forms are based strongly on the fundamentals of our religion and spirituality. And Guruji, in his endeavors and in his activities, followed it in a very sincere and honest manner. He had a gift from one of the Dikshadhars at Chidambaram temple, who presented him with an idol of Nataraja and Parvati. Besides, he was a regular devotee of Mumbai's Mahalakshmi temple, and also a Vitthal Rakhumai temple nearby our residence at Siam. He was a very sincere and devoted person who never missed any opportunity to visit these temples and offer his prayers. Another thing, besides the divine grace, was his Guru Bhakti. His respects and regards for Bharata Vidwan Guru Kuppaya Pillai, his daughter Guru Srimati Karunambal and her husband Guru Govindraja Pillai, and later Shri Guru Mahalingam Pillai, and now the present director Guru Kalyanasundaram Pillai, who all belong to his alma mater, Shri Rajarajeshwari Bharatanaट्य Kalamudde. That sort of a feeling and sentiments that he had for those gurus and the institutions would be a lesson for the younger generation of artists and gurus to follow. To describe Guru Shri Mani's life from his student days in Kerala to when he came over to Mumbai in the early 40s and served as a librarian in the well-known International Book House, and then how he learnt dance, and then proceeded to become a teacher and a guru It's also heartwarming to mention that we have veteran gurus and artists who have been associated with Guruji for over 50 years, who have wholeheartedly come forward and agreed to express their views about their acquaintances with him. We, all from the Kalasadan family, convey our heartfelt gratitude to Hema Malini, Guru Kalyasundaram Pillai, to Padma Bhushan, Dr. Kanak Rele, to Padma Shri, Darshana Jhaveri, to Padma Shri, Chitra Visweswaran, and Padma Shri, Hema Malini. May I also inform you all that we propose to have a series of performances right through the year. If God wills, we hope that everything goes in order after a couple of months, and we would like to include sister institutions and co-artists who would like to be a part of this year-long festival, because Guruji always wanted to emphasize the unity in the diversity of the classical dance and music forms of India. Last but not the least, I would like to mention that Guruji's cherished dream of establishing the Chintamani Ashram of Fine Arts at Titwala had to undergo several obstacles and hurdles during the past few years. But now, with the blessings of Lord Ganpati, things seem to have been clear, and we probably hope to see the light of the day. Guruji had built up a very strong goodwill and relationship with all his students and their parents right from the year 1954-55, when he started centers in different parts of Mumbai. The parents and the other well-wishers have been a strong support for all the endeavors and activities of Kalasadan. And we, the present generation of teachers and artists who are continuing Guruji's activities, are also fortunate and privileged enough to gain the support of these students and their parents. They have all become a part of the extended Kalasadan family. I, as the son of Guruji, my sister Sharda and her husband Ganeshan, sister Uma and her husband Narayan Swami, sister Meera and her husband Haridas, along with my nephew Sriram and his wife Shilpa, and niece Nandini and her husband Ashwin, nephew Venkatram, and the other extended student members of the family, are privileged to begin this inaugural event, and we express our gratitude to all of you who are joining us in viewing this program. Thank you.
Vanakkam. With the blessings of Lord Natarajan, we are fortunate to celebrate the centenary of our beloved Manisha, a great teacher, an able administrator, and a very successful organizer. He is going to commence on the 5th of September this year, and it will be a year-long celebration. As Parameswaran Mani from a small village of Kerala, he made a very successful journey all the way to Maharashtra and became a well-respected Bharatanatyam teacher. He has learned Bharatanatyam under the able guidance of Srimati Karunamba of Sri Rajarajeshwari Bharatanatyam Kalamandir, and also from her husband Guru Govindaraj Pillai, and of course he had advanced training under Bharadavidwan Guru Kuppaya Pillai.
குரு மணி அவர்களிடம் ஒரு சிறந்த குணம் குரு பக்தி, தேவ பக்தி. அவருடைய குரு பக்திக்கு ஒரு உதாரணம், சாதாரணமாக விஜயதசமி அன்று மாணவர்கள் மாணவிகள் அவரவர் குருவினுடைய இல்லத்திற்கு அல்லது அவர்களுடைய பள்ளிக்கூடத்திற்கு சென்று குரு மரியாதை செய்கின்ற பழக்கம். குரு மரியாதை எப்படி என்றால், பாடுபவர்கள் பாட வேண்டும், நாட்டியம் ஆடுபவர்கள் அவர்கள் முன்னிடையே ஆட வேண்டும். முதலிலே அவர்கள் குருவிடம் தனது பக்தியை செலுத்திவிட்டு தான் அவர்கள் தன்னுடைய மாணவ மாணவிகளை பயிற்றுவிப்பார்கள், அவர்களுக்கு அன்று ஒரு ஆசீர்வாதம் செய்வார்கள். இந்த நிலையில் எங்கள் ராஜராஜேஸ்வரி பரதநாட்டிய கலாமந்தில் விஜயதசமி என்று நாங்கள் எல்லோரும் காத்திருப்போம். அதற்கு முன்பாகவே குரு மணி அவர்கள் காலை 6 மணிக்கு கூட இருக்கலாம், முதலில் ஒரு அலாரிப்போ அல்லது கௌத்துவமோ தனது குருவிடம் ஆடி காட்டி தனது மரியாதையை செலுத்திவிட்டு அதன் பின்னர் காத்திருக்கின்ற அவருடைய மாணவிகள் எல்லோரும் கலாசதனில் நிரம்ப குழுமியிருப்பார்கள். அவர்களிடம் சொல்லுவார்கள், இந்த என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கை என்னுடைய குருவினால் தான் அமைய பெற்றிருக்கிறது, அவரிடம் ஆசீர்வாதம் வாங்கி பின்னர் தான் உங்களுக்கு நான் பாடம் எடுக்க முடியும் என்று சொல்லுகின்ற ஒரு சிறந்த குரு பக்தி உள்ளவர்.
Guru Manisha had very successfully conducted a large number of arangetams besides a couple of dance dramas, and he was very well respected in the field of Bharatanatyam in Bombay. And one of his students wanted to join me, and of course I rightly refused. I cannot take you unless your guru himself talks to me that he has no objection to take you under me. It was so very what should I say? It was very embarrassing that student first came with the things. Sir, he said, yes, I've certainly given me the permission, but I was not satisfied. Then I spoke to sir, and he said, as usual, you can take her, there is no problem at all, there is no objection. On the contrary, I'll be very happy that she come to you only to learn. And this shows how he is very particular in maintaining the traditional practice. He has very rightly trained his son, his daughter, his grandson and granddaughter in his own way and prepared them to shoulder the responsibility of carrying forward the tradition. And it is really very heartening that the Kalāsadan tradition is being continued by 3 generations of his family members, and really Bombay is very fortunate to have such a family which is very devoted, very dedicated, and very, very, very large-hearted and more dignified. Our grateful art lovers of Bombay would certainly come forward to celebrate this centenary of a great teacher, and we only hope that Bharatanatyam is being very well preserved in this part of this country, especially in Maharashtra and so particularly in Mumbai. Once again, I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for participating in this great event. Vanakkam.
I am Kanak Rele. I feel extremely honored and privileged to pay a tribute to Guru Kalasadan Mani. I used to call him only Mani sir. I used to know him well. He came to Mumbai, I do not know when, but I saw him as a full-fledged dance teacher. And there is one contribution that he has made. Till then, there were good Natunas, good teachers in Mumbai who had started their institutions, but I would say they were rather elitist. It's Mani sir, I think, the way I have looked at him and the way I have observed his methodology of working, that he would like to take it to all the corners of the city and irrespective of what layer of the society the student belonged. And so it was really very democratic. His approach was democratic. He would also employ talented people who were not well known, and then he would pick them up and they would blossom out. This was Mani sir. I had the privilege of knowing him in another aspect. He was a very large-hearted person, and when his daughter Sharada decided to do our degree course, I was very fond of Sharada, a gem of a person, such a lovely person. And she comes to me and said, I'm Mani sir's daughter and I want to do the degree. My eyes were open. I said, Mani sir's daughter, have you taken your father's permission? She said, why should I take permission? I'm coming to your institute, I want to have a degree, I'm going to study under you. Well, this sort of magnanimity is very rarely seen. Some other father, well-established father, would have told the daughter, what's wrong with me? Why don't you learn from me? Sit down and learn from me, I'll teach you. No, Mani sir didn't do that. And when I very gently asked him, sir, how did you decide to permit Sharda to come to us? He said, Kanak Bhain, do you know one thing? That it is always others who can, other parents, other people who can teach your child. I 100% agree with that. Very much I agree with that. Because I do not think close family members can give corrections to the grandchildren or grandniece or anybody that is connected. Because that is where the relationships come into the picture. Mani sir had understood this so well, and you can imagine he has an institution. Nalanda is of course another institution, and he sends Sharda to me. And then we taught her. We were very fond of Sharda, and she was in behavior, in her aptitudes, in her deportment. She was very much like her father. I always remember Mani sir as a gentle person. Once upon a time when everything was, Nalanda was taking roots in the society of not only Mumbai, but India, there were certain forces who thought that there is no need to have a degree course and you can only do with private teaching. And that is the time when there was a big sort of a movement going on in Mumbai. And Mani sir rang me up and said, Kanak, when will you come and meet me? I said, sir, why do you want me to come and meet you? He said, oh, but I'll meet you, it doesn't matter. So he came and he said that I have just come to tell you, there are certain things which are going on against you. I said, maybe. I didn't want to say anything. He said, only as your elder brother, I have come to caution you. That I know that you have got a lot of grit. I know that you have got guts to face these people. But whatever they do, I want to tell you that I bless you. And I admire your work. I'm not strong enough to fight the whole society, but you are. Go ahead and fight it, but you have got all my blessings and all my affection for you. And that he proved by sending his daughter to us to do the degree courses. One doesn't come across such magnanimous people again and again in this world, especially in my line, dancing. But let us remember him with great deal of love. Hundreds and thousands of children have passed through his institution and they have benefited by him. And my motto is, when I always talk to people, I tell them It's not possible, it is not possible at all or desirable for every little girl or everyone who wants to learn dancing and then mount the stage. They will not become exponents. And this talk I had with Mani sir, I said, Mani sir, so many people are learning from us. Nalanda was flooded with people, children. But they are not going to be performers. Kanak Behan, how can all of them become performers? We don't want, he did like this. I said, we don't want a kusti on the stage. It will be the best who will come forward. It will be your job as the teacher to discern the talent in a particular child. The child would show that talent and you nurture it. And he slowly put his hand on my shoulder. He said, I know you are capable of doing this, but I am giving you my blessings and best wishes. Mani said is no more. But these warm memories are there. And why should we cry? Everyone has to go away. When your time is up, you have to go away. Shri Krishna had to go away. But the warm memories that one has, I have very warm memories of a large-hearted gentleman. Later on in later life, he wasn't well. But I never saw him cribbing. I never saw him complaining. He was always full of charm and he always greeted everybody so respectfully. One must learn from such people who respect human beings for what they are. There are very few people like that today in the world. And I think personally, Mani sir was one of them. I pay my tribute to Mani sir. I am thankful that I received his friendship and I am more than thankful that he decided to repose his confidence in me and Nalanda and sent his daughter Sharada for the degree with us. Thank you very much for listening to this tribute of mine. Namaskar.
Namaskar. I, Padma Shri Darshana Jhaveri, pay my humble homage to our revered Guru Shri Mani on his birth centenary year celebration on 5th of September 2021, arranged by his Kalasadan family, Mumbai. I feel fortunate to have come in very close contact with Guru Shri Mani and his family from 60s. Guru Mani was an energetic, enthusiastic, visionary guru who established and popularized Bharatanatyam in Mumbai in different parts through his Kalasadan. He was a rare combination of a dancer, teacher, scholar, choreographer, under whom many dancers were intensively groomed. He had broad mind and large heart, which made him arrange conference of Indian classical dance styles as early as in 60s, in which he invited eminent gurus with his disciples and of different classical dance styles to demonstrate each style, and he felicitated them. It is very rare to find such a family like his, having talented and dedicated dancers, musicians, scholars, choreographers who are successfully carrying forward his legacy. He had an ambition and dream to establish Gurukul at Titwala and was very keen to expand his tradition in different areas of Mumbai and outside, which is continued successfully by Natrajan, Sharda, Uma and their family members. I congratulate them, their devoted students and colleagues of Kalasadan to have thought of celebrating his birth centenary year from 5th September 2021. I wish them all success. My koti koti pranam to the great Guru Shri Mani.
Namaskaram. Om Namo Bhagavate Muti Krishnaya. There are some people who leave an indelible impression on one's mind, and Shri Guru Mani is one of those in mine. I can never forget the first time I met him. It was way back when the first Natya conference happened in Mumbai in 1977. It was Guru Mani who organized it. And he was so welcoming, so inclusive. So one remembers him not just as a wonderful teacher, a wonderful guru, a composer, a lyricist, but over and above everything, as a wonderful human being. He brought everyone together. In those days, it was a rarity. Right from the great Kuppaiah Pillai, the patriarch of the Tiruvadai Mardur, Tanjavur, Bani of Bharatanatyam, my own grand guru, and also his. From a patriarch like Guru Kuppaiah Pillai, right up to younger dancers at their peak, and dancers like me who were making it on the way, in a wonderful experience. He brought us all together in a wonderful experience. There were performances every evening, there were lecture demonstrations every morning, and his vision, the way he presented it, was remarkable. He had organized a beautiful procession, an Urgola, in which Kuppaiah Tata was taken along with all of us accompanied in that procession. I still remember the lecture demonstration of Kuppaiah Tata. Shudakara Kaldi, and who said that only women can do padams beautifully. It was such a rewarding experience. For all that, I have to thank Guru Mani. I met many dancers, performers, teachers, gurus on that occasion. One of my earliest experiences of such a gathering of the fraternity. That occasion led to many, many, many more of bonding, of friendship, with his daughter Sharada and me becoming very close, with the entire family in Bombay becoming an extension of my family, my husband's and my family. Whenever we went to Bombay, we did a performance, but the rest of the time we were looked after by Guru Mani and his family. He invited me and my husband to be chief guests at his granddaughter Nandini's Arangetram. We went down to Mumbai and witnessed this young, bubbly dancer, so full of enthusiasm, carrying on the tradition of the family, the parampara of the parampara. He told me at that time, I will one day send her to you. And sure enough, Sharada, even after Mani sir had passed on, sent Nandini to me for her advanced study under the scholarship scheme. Central government scholarship may be over, but then I have a daughter with me in my house in Nandini. That is the relationship we share. And I still have with me two beautiful figurines. I cherish them. They were given to me by Guru Mani. I saw them in his house and I said, Amma, this is so beautiful. He immediately took these two bronzes and placed them in my hands and said, they are for you. An exemplary composer, a committed, dedicated teacher, a person who saw the spiritual light at the end of the tunnel and wanted dance and music to become the means to that end. And a person who lived an example that we all must emulate. I am so happy that Kalasadan, which he instituted, his son Natraj, daughter Sharada, and the rest of the family are not only carrying on the tradition of the giving of dance and music, but also sharing the great value system that he stood for. Thank you so much. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. This is Hema Malini. On the eve of Guru Maniji's centenary celebrations starting on 5th of September, I would like to share about our long association with Guruji. He and my mother, Srimati Jaya Chakravarti, were great friends. Personally, I know Guruji as a great teacher of Bharatanatyam. He has raised several generations of performers and teachers through his institution Kalasadan. This institution was his most treasured jewel, and he taught here to students without any barriers of age, gender, status, caste, or any other privileges. Today, Guruji's next generation, Sharda and Raja, have kept his legacy alive by taking Kalasadan forward, and I wish them the very best. May they mentor several capable artists and performers of this art and keep Guruji's work alive through their efforts. My best wishes for the centenary celebrations.
गजाननं भूतगणातिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बूबलसालभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पाद पंकजम् या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवल या शुभ्र वस्त्र वरदण्डमण्डितकरा
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मत् आचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I am Sharda Ganeshan here, wishing a very happy Teachers' Day to all the wonderful teachers around the world. Here today we are beginning the celebration of the Janma Shatabdi, or the birth centenary year of our beloved Guru, Guru Shri Mani, the founder of Kalasadan, literally meaning the abode of arts. Simple living and high thinking summarize the life of Guruji as a revered teacher, a great choreographer, and an astute organizer. Commencing the birth centenary year with a very short performance by the students of Kalasadan on this day of Guruji's 99th birth anniversary. As all of us are reeling under this pandemic situation, it has been very difficult to get the students together, but again here technology has helped us and we are able to put up something as a offering through dance to Guruji. We will be commencing with the Kauthuvams, which is an invocatory piece dedicated to Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, Lord Nataraja, the Lord of Dance, and Subramanya, the commander of the Devas. The three Kauthuvams being presented by the students from the various centers of Kalasadan.
Kutum, Tatikita Tumbe, Te, Tay, Tum, Te, Te, Tay, Tum, Te, Tayra, Tadura, Ta, Tum, Ta, Ta, Tum, Ta, Ta, Tum, Kutakitakinna, Tunga, Takutam, Tunga, Tangu, Kutangu, Kutangu, Kudinta, Kutakitakinna, Tunga, Takutam, Tunga, Ta, Tangi, Tangi, Kitakade, Kitam, Ta, Ta, Tam, Ta, Ta, Tarikita Tum Dikum Dari, Dikita Kitakade, Kitung, Hari Tiru Marugane, Vignavina, Yaka Vinay Kada Aruliya, Ganapati Jaya Jaya, Kutta Uttarakaran, Kinnam, Kutta Uttarakaran. Jaya Jaya Ta Dikkai Tu Dikkai Yanai Muga Tavar Togita Kita Taka Togitonga Devargal Ganapati Dikita Kita Taka Dikitonga Ganapati Kauthuvam Travar Vinay Hada Uppududam Uppududai Rak Tudai Tudak Kitarum Kita Kita Takatan Tangi Kita Takade Kitam Ta, ta, tam. Talankutum, Tatikinatum, Din, Din, taka dimmi dimmi ta dimmi ta taka da dim 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 taka dimmi dimmi ta dimmi ta taka da dim dim taka vana muni jana sakala surasura sannutta pada kinna kinna jam jam jana 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 nupura layagat gana 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 viti hari se vittam bam tattam tat kita kita taka tari kita kita taka தாண்டவிதம் பரரி கிட கிட தக்க திரி கிட கிட தக்க வியாக்ரம சங்கர தும் கிட கிட தக்க தும் நம் கிட தக்க திரி சூலதர நந்தி வாகன நாத யோக பிரிய ஜகனம் கிட்ட தக்க துகு துகு தக்கதை ஜக்க ஜக்க ஜய ஜய சசிர விபூஷண ரூப பயங்கர டமருக ஹஸ்த तृतीय सहस्र तीर्थनाथ नटेश कौत्वमे दगदगदम दिगि दिगि दै ता कूदै कूरा के तरुम किट किट तक तन तंगे किट तक दे के तम त त तम தளங்கதும் ததிகிடதும் ஜன்ன கிட்ட கிர்ர கிட்ட தக்குடு திக்குடு தரிகிடதாம் தக்குடு திக்குடு தக தரிகிட தக தக்கினம் தக்கினம் தக்க விண்ணை ஹர வேல் வாங்கும் பெருமான் அடி இணை தொழும் மனமே ஜக்க ஜக்க தொங்குடு நங்குடு தொங்கிட்ட கிட்ட தக்க தொங்கு நாங்கு தொம்முறோம் தோ கிட்ட கிட்ட தக்க தோ கிட்ட தக்க தோ கிட்ட தக்க நங்கத்தார் கிண்ண நக்க ஜக்க நக்கத்த காணும் மயிலேறி கைலாசம் தன்னை சுழலவரும் இளையவனை தொழுவர் தாள விதம்பர உடையவனே கிட்ட ஜன கிட்ட கிட்ட தக்கி ஜன கிட்ட தக்கி கடல் கிழிய மலை முறிய வரும் முருகன் மனம் பெற்று கதியருள் பெறலாம் தக்கிட்ட கிட்ட தக்கிட்ட தக்க கூதை கூதா கிட்ட தும் கிட்ட தக்க தன் தங்கி கிட்ட தக்கதே கிட்டம் தம் தம்
Next, we present before you a very beautiful composition of Papanasham Shivan, a favorite of our Guruji too, in Ragam Khamas, set to Talamadi, Idadupadam Tukiyadam, where the devotee surrenders at the feet of the Lord, who dances with the left leg raised. And his beauty of the dance is described, where the snakes adorning also dance, and the garment, the tiger skin garment, also sways in joy. And who, none other than Vishnu, playing the Maddalam, the concert of Shivakami, who dances in the temple at Chidambaram with a beautiful smile. Idadupadam Tukiyadam.
இடது பதம் தூக்கியாடும் இடது பதம் தூக்கியாடும் நடராஜனடி பணிவையே நெஞ்சே இடது பதம் தூக்கியாடும் நடராஜனடி பணிவையே நெஞ்சே இடது பதம் தூக்கி ஆடும் நடராஜனடி பணிவையே நெஞ்சே இடது பதம் தூக்கி ஆடும் மக இடது பதம் தூக்கியாடும். இடது பதம் தூக்கியாடும். சனிதனி சனி நித மக மப மணி தப மக மபத மகம சனி த மகரே கம மக இடது பதம் தூக்கியாடும். நடராஜனடி பணிவயே நெஞ்சே இடது பதம் தூக்கி ஆடும்.
We bring before you yet another popular song, Sriramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana by Saint Tulsidas, who describes the beauty of the compassionate Sri Rama, the sign of the Raghuvamsha. He says, O Lord, when you reside within us, all the negativities and the vices are just cleansed. So please reside within me. And it's so true that in this Kali Yuga, it's only Nama Japa which gives one the strength to withstand and overcome all difficulties. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana. Sriramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Harana Bhava Bhayadarunam. Sriramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Harana Bhava Bhayadarunam. Sriramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Guru Srimani, my father and Guru, has been an ardent devotee of the Mumbai Mahalakshmi. And he used to visit the temple once a week for almost 60 years. And he used to say, Devi gives me the strength, and he would compose various pieces for dance presentations. One such we are presenting is the Shlokam on Devi, on Mumbai Mahalakshmi, the one who manifests herself as the creator, sustainer, and destroyer of evil, and above all, as Annapurna, the nourisher. The Shlokam will be followed by a Thillana, again a composition of Guruji, dedicated to Lord Padmanabha, who is also the Natana Rajagopala.
सृष्टि स्थिति संहारिणी माता Natrajgopal Sahita Radhike Taldava Rasya Taldava Rasya Priya கருணை கடலே tana neem tana tirate tana dom dara neem tana neem tana tirate tana dom dara neem tana tirate tana dom dara neem tana tirate tana dom dara neem tana Padmanabha Guru Pahimam Sharanagam Natrajgopal Padmanabha Guru Padmanabha Guru Pahimam Sharanagam Natrajgopal Udanatom Tadarana Udanatom Tadarana Neem Tanana Talangurum Neem Tana Vedana Tiratilana
We come to the conclusion of the performance with the wonderful words of Paramacharya, Maithreem Bhajata, which is very apt today because all that we need is togetherness, unity, harmony, and peace. I also would like to thank all our well-wishers, the parents, the students, and many others who have been, and especially I must say the younger generation who took it up as a challenge in these testing times to make today's function a good success. Thank you and namaskar.
मैत्रीं भजत अखिलः जेत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिलः जेत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिलः जेत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिलः जेत्री आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत त्यजत परेषु अक्रममाक्रमणम् त्यजत परेष्वक्रममाक्रमणम् मैत्रीं भजत अखिलः जेत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिलः जेत्री जननी पृथ्वी कामदुगास्ते जननी पृथ्वी कामदुगास्ते जनको देवः सकलदयालुः जनको देवः सकलदयालुः दाम्यत दत्त दयध्वं जनता दाम्यत दत्त दयध्वं जनता श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां